Hey, easy boys. We don't get a copyright strike.
Nothing more beautiful.
Let's take that down.
That light.
Okay, all the weird stuff's gone. All the weird stuff's gone. Just took me about 4 hours this morning.
Those that saw the light, our ancestors.
Stop playing the song. Please stop playing this song.
Recreated it in cathedrals with beautiful
Oh, jeez. Stop playing the song.
stained glass. It looks just like that, but more beautiful.
All right. What's up, Coco Giselle? Are you a hacker? Are you working for the fucking Tatiana? Let's see. Is that finally going? Is that coming up? Yeah, there it is. See what's going on over at Zero Hedge.
Than you can imagine. The fractals.
Why is this guy playing the fucking music? Just shut the music off. I just wanted to see what he was doing. Joe Rogan discusses political hit job against him. All right, let's do that. Let's do that. As the robots come on in. Do we have a video here? We got our roving reporter. He's going to let us know what it's like on the ground. Not just in Florida and New York, but he's going through like Georgia and fucking Carolinas and all that. So we might be getting call-ins and to see, give us some video, give us some like updates, give us some whatever on the ground here. But let's listen to Joe Rogan for a second.
Good.
You're good?
If
You seem good.
Stay offline.
Yeah.
It's just real life.
Yeah.
You just have to stay offline.
And real life is people who know you, and you're a
Yeah.
great guy.
Yeah, you just, life goes on as
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah.
You know, in a lot of ways, like all this is a relief because it's like just because that video had always been out there.
Right.
It's like this is a political hit job. And
Yes.
so they're taking all this stuff that I've ever said that's wrong and smushing it all together.
Right.
But it's good because it makes me address some shit that I really wish wasn't out there.
And you know why I'm proud of you? Because I think comedians have for years done this immature thing where it's like, we don't apologize. We say whatever we want. You can apologize if you say some wild shit, and we've all said some wild shit, and you apologize and own that it's wrong. Good for you.
You should apologize if you regret something.
Yes.
This idea that you should never apologize.
Yes.
Like if you regret something, I don't think there's anything wrong with apologizing. But I do think you have to be very careful to not apologize for nonsense.
Correct.
Like you see Aquafina, she defended, I guess she didn't apologize. She sort of defended the way she talks.
Yes.
And they were saying that it was a black scent.
Yeah.
Which is, you know.
What the hell was that? Was that what we were listening to? Did you guys see Salty Cracker's video this morning? It's pretty racial. I don't really want to show that. Close this ad.
Okay, so here we are. Neil Young has came out and demanded that Spotify remove Joe Rogan from their platform, or else he is taking his music off their platform. And
Is this dude covering up his face?
I think by now, Neil Young has removed his music from Spotify, and it's a little disheartening, especially because I thought Neil Young was from the hippie movement. He's fighting for free speech, against the big guy. And that's the thing. Who's Joe Rogan? Joe Rogan's not a politician. He's not the leader of industry. He's just a guy who's having a long form conversation. And this is who they want to censor for some reason, and they're saying that Joe Rogan is spreading misinformation. That's the reason why Neil Young wants to have his music removed, is because Joe Rogan is spreading misinformation. And it's not just Neil Young. All of Neil Young's old band, they have now all had their music removed off Spotify in response to Joe Rogan's interviews, specifically the interviews where he's talking about coronavirus and things like that. And we'll talk about whether that's misinformation in a second. But it is just odd to me that they're like very upset to the point of having their music removed. So that's a little odd to me, especially when I thought back in the day these people were fighting for free speech. Another person, Joni Mitchell. This is all really upsetting because I like their music. I like Joni Mitchell's music. I like Neil Young's music. So I don't know why they have to.
Did you call you a stalker? I didn't call you a stalker. Did I call you a stalker? No, there's just weird shit. I'd rather not even talk about it, to be honest with you. Do you like how I did this little Alec Baldwin thing here?
A little more claim than anyone else so far in this video.
We're listening to this Rumble video. It just came on after, but it's Neil Young. I wanted to listen to it for a little second.
That's a stretch.
Also, Joe Rogan's mentioned in it.
He used to fight for free speech. He was at this free speech tour back in 2008. You know, a free speech tour. Neil Young. What happened to that? Now he wants to talk about censoring Joe Rogan. And the thing about Joe Rogan is the most popular podcast. One of the most popular, it's the most popular podcast in the country, if not.
Here, let me get a screenshot of this dude, so you know what we're working with here. This guy's got his closet open. Let's take a little picture, and let's just really yank it up in here. Let's see what he's got in his closet. Let's see what this dude's got in his closet. Oh, wait a minute. Hold it. All right. Hold on. Go back to him.
Not the world. Like, people love it. And this thing people love, these musicians want to come out and say, censor it. That's just bizarre to me. I thought musicians were for the people. And here he has something that the people definitely like all over. You know, a broad group of people like the show. And here we have musicians coming out saying, oh, we're against this. Why? This is the wrong target. I understand a government. I understand a politician. But a guy who's a popular podcaster, it just seems unfounded. And talking about misinformation, you know, honestly, I don't subscribe to I don't subscribe.
He's got his fire extinguisher, like, nice and, like, right there. You know, this guy is... His fire safety codes are up to date.
You know, that's what I'll say about Joe Rogan. Some episodes are much better than others. Some episodes are straight up trash. And some episodes are pretty good. And I would say the ones about the vaccine, the ones with Dr. Malone and Dr. McCullough, were exceptionally good episodes. Like, out of all the Joe Rogan episodes, if you want to talk about the ones with the most evidence, the ones that are most backed up by a legit, coherent speaker, those are two of those episodes. You know, the episodes where Joe Rogan is talking about the 9th planet, or what is it, the 12th planet, you know, the aliens, that I understand. I don't really watch those episodes. I don't get anything out of it. So I don't really...
Tone that guy down. All right, we're done with you. All right, I guess Joe Rogan. You guys want to listen to the 9th planet and all this?
That this criticism is just a little odd coming from these artists, especially when he's so popular.
Is he covering up his face? Are you covering up your face, sir? Why are you covering up a beautiful face like that? Let it flow. Coco Chazelle said, okay, fine. Ooh. Coco Giselle, are you gonna strike or what? She's like, did you say I'm a stalker, motherfucker? Hey, take it down a notch. Let's just simmer down for a second. Did you watch the Stern video? No, I didn't watch the Stern video. I've been trying to like fucking get online through my fucking VPN. All my clocks were all weird. Fucking my fucking, so I had some alarm go off that I didn't set. Some fucking photo stream on my fucking shit is fucking, I'm not into it. It's all bullshit. Yeah, they have this photo stream thing now. And I know what that means. You don't even have to tell me. I know what that means. Good afternoon, Susan Maria. So we were listening to this guy, Tatiana, about this thing here.
But speaking of misinformation, they came out and criticized Joe Rogan, claiming that he was spreading lies, and Joe Rogan came back with a response. It's a pretty good response. Check it out.
The podcast has been accused of spreading dangerous misinformation, specifically about 2 episodes, a little bit about some other ones, but specifically about 2. One with Dr. Peter McCullough and one with Dr. Robert Malone. Dr. Peter McCullough is a cardiologist, and he is the most published physician in his field in history. Dr. Robert Malone owns 9 patents on the creation of mRNA vaccine technology and is at least partially responsible for the creation of the technology that led to mRNA vaccines. Both these people are very highly credentialed, very intelligent, very accomplished people, and they have an opinion that's different from the mainstream narrative. I wanted to hear what their opinion is. I had them on, and because of that, those episodes in particular, those episodes were labeled as being dangerous. They had dangerous misinformation in them. The problem I have with the term misinformation, especially today, is that many of the things that we thought of as misinformation just a short while ago are now accepted as fact. Like, for instance, 8 months ago, if you said, if you get vaccinated, you can still catch COVID and you can still spread COVID, you would be removed from social media. They would ban you from certain.
And that's true. So there's a lot of things that were once labeled as misinformation that were once viewed as being false, and now we know is true. So this label is not a good label. Like, things, they're labeled as misinformation. Later on, we find out that that label was wrong. So you can't go around labeling things like that. It's just not a good policy.
Not a good look. Got it. It's not a good look. We're going to move on. CBB's got some tiny URLs for us. We're going to run these through the program here. Let's run these through the old program. Green light. It's a Z hedge. Wait, what? Wait a minute. Paste it. Go to the tiny URL. Oh, it's a YouTube server. That's why they try to juke me.
I've never felt so close.
Ladies and gents, welcome back. The Freedom Convoy has been the most peaceful, well-organized protests in...
All right, so right here we have Ottawa police posturing to take children from protesters, Freedom Convoy 2022. Clyde, do something. We'll subscribe to Clyde. Clyde, do something. And we got about 9 minutes of this hecka dance going on right here. So let's listen to this.
In Canadian history. And the government, along with Ottawa's police, have been doing everything that they can to shut it down, with the exception of talking to them. We've seen recently that they've taken away their fuel, which there was a court injunction to have it returned. which I'm going to get into in another video because there's reports that it's been contaminated.
We also have FBI warns of a border cataclysm on the Common Sense show.
Their next move, if it's true that they're planning to do this, is probably the most disgusting thing I can imagine them doing. So I got this report from Hammerhead Garage. He's on the ground in Ottawa. He's got a lot of contacts in the convoy, and this is what he had to say.
Okay. Now, some other things that are going down that I can confirm. Children's Aid seeps are downtown Ottawa, and they're looking for families with small kids because they're they might be in harm or at harm's door, so they've been spotted, and they are downtown Ottawa as we speak. So again, another third period, 15 minutes.
Oh my God.
Minutes left to play. You're down by 3 goals or whatever.
Just so people understand what that means, that's most Canadians will use hockey analogies for play-by-plays. So that being said, I looked into this immediately. I had to know, and I wanted to hear it right from the source. And so where did I turn? None other than state media CBC wrote an article last updated 7 hours ago. So this is very, very recent. Large number of children among protesters hamper response, police say. Saying Ottawa police working with Children's Aid Society around concerns for children in the convoy. Also noting that there have been 23 protest-related arrests. Now, these arrests that they're referring to are the arrests for bringing fuel. So these are trumped-up charges for what a lot of people are saying are crimes against the Geneva Convention of 1947, I believe. So world held standards. Ottawa police say almost 25% of the 418 trucks still involved in the ongoing demonstration downtown have children in them, which has hampered the force's response and led to concerns about their safety. Now, what are the force's response that they're trying to do? Well, they want violence, because violence is easy to deal with. And the truckers have made it clear that they don't want violence. And yes, they're there with their families because their families have been left with nothing. They have nowhere to go. That's why they're in Ottawa. And this is just, it's really hard to read this and not just get mad. Police provided an update Tuesday afternoon where the deputy Chief Steve Bell said officers have issued more tickets, more arrests, and launched dozens of criminal investigations during what they call an occupation in the downtown core. Again, more arrests for most people have been arrested for what they call mischief and then released hours later. There's no real crimes that are being committed here. As of noon Tuesday, police say they have arrested 23 people, and there are currently 85 active criminal investigations. They also released more details on their enforcement of the 10-day interim court injunction against honking horns, which we'll get to in another video, saying anyone arrested for contravening the court order who agrees in writing that they will abide by the order may be released, while those who refuse to do so will be taken into Ontario Superior Court to face both civil and criminal prosecution. So all you have to do to get out from honking a horn is sign that you won't honk your horn for 10 days, because that's what the injunction actually holds. Bell also turned his focus to the children of the protesters. Over the weekend, bouncy castles were set up. the dangers of bouncy castles. Near Parliament Hill to help entertain the children who remain. Bell said police are working with the Children's Aid Society of Ottawa regarding those children. It's something of greatly concerns us, they say. Bell said, as first responders are worried about the constant exposure to carbon monoxide fumes, noise levels, and the sanitation of the children. For one, if there's no traffic in the downtown core, there would be less carbon monoxide. That's a fact. I'm a mechanic. I can tell you that. There'll be less carbon monoxide when there's vehicles not under load. The vehicles that are idling just for the sake of producing heat, to heat the cabs. And a lot of them have efficient cab heaters that run on diesel, and they're not actually idling their engines. This is mostly just the gas trucks or small passenger vehicles that are doing that for the most part. We'll rely on the Children's Aid Society to help provide and give us guidance around that. What we think is just an important factor that complicates and makes things even more challenging of an operation. Now, what they want to do is they want to just go in and break it up. Break it up, take everybody out, and then start moving the vehicles. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. This is, they've clearly stated their point. They're staying until the mandates are removed. And you can talk to them. Try that as a tactic. Try that. Before you go in and try to take their children on made up BS, this is just, the children are protected by their parents. Okay, they're fine. This is one of the protesters was saying. It's perfectly peaceful protest, said Jacob Valerian.
All right, so they're trying to take the kids. We have another one here by the Common Sense Show. It's a 4-minute clip.
Hello, America. Dave Hodges here, host of the Common Sense Show. We are the show that is freeing America one enslaved mind at a time. Thank you so much for joining us. We are brought to you by a product that's going to make you virtually ageless. You age because you lose collagen. Can you replace it?
I don't know, Dave, can you?
To say, half of it.
Are you taking that shit?
.com.
David, are you taking the collagen? David?
The FBI.
Or are you just slanging the shit?
Has said, well, we're not issuing a travel advisory, but you stand a really good chance of being kidnapped if you're down at the border, or someone in your party, or all of you. And you may never be heard from again, and all those bad things that can happen. And they're saying this is going on both sides of the border. The Biden inaction at the border has led to the entrenchment of the cartels in this country. Now, let's talk about when they got entrenched in Mexico. What do? They go to the top leaders. They buy them off. They use shell corporations. They're 2 to 3 degrees removed from the actual action, but they receive huge payments and offshore accounts that can't be traced. That's how the Mexican cartels got control of their government. It's basically how it happened in Colombia as well after post Pablo Escobar. Do you really want that? You're talking, once they have their hooks in the big boys, then it's a matter of the police chief, city council, but we'll wipe out anybody that says we don't like them. And have you heard the stories about how they're catching MS-13 at the border? You've seen that, right? Well, what do you think MS-13, how do they get their start? On the streets of El Salvador, they were political hitmen. They were then hired by the cartels in Mexico to be political hitmen. And they hit politicians, police chief, regular chief, military officials, you name it, they did it. They disappear people. You saw the other day near the American-Mexican border, the cartel dropped off 18 dead bodies in the middle of the street of a small town. It's a warning to the population, don't screw with us. They also kill journalists. If you want an idea about how bad it could be, there's actually 2 shows on TV that if you watch it, you'll get an idea. Now, these shows are both based on historical content. So historically, they're pretty accurate, but then, of course, they dramatize for the entertainment interest. But if you watch the 2 shows, Narcos and then Narcos Mexico, you're going to find out just how your law enforcement and your local politicians are going to be controlled by these interests if we don't stop it now. It's scary what's going on. And the FBI is issuing kidnap warnings inside the United States. See, why aren't they saying, hey, Biden, we're going to make this press release. You might want to get on the right side of this. No one cares. The FBI has washed their hands. They've done their due diligence. They've issued the warning. And here's the Biden administration. The border's here. Come on in, guys. Have a nice day. That's it for the Common Sense Show.
All right, Dave, take the collagen. Let's do it. Jesus Christ. This guy with his collagen. All right. Are you laughing at my face? Dido? Is Dido in the chat room? We ended up getting the flu. That'll give it to you. That'll give it to you nice and good. All right, so we took the kids. There's some sort of something on the border. Did he even talk about the border? Why is this guy looking at me all weird? This guy looks like some sort of something here. What are you talking about? Still fighting and arguing his all the way. So hopefully he can write it out. What are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? All right, Tio. I just got some bedhead. This is the good shit right here. That's the good shit. I love that. Did you just kiss your bedhead? I did. It was weird. I kissed it. I don't know why I kissed it. It was just a weird thing I did. Don't judge me! Looks like a reverse wedgie. Alright. That's the last time I tuck in my fucking shirt. Grace. A reverse wedgie. I was tucking in my shirt. Let's just get off. Just slide over. Slide over. Jeez. Dave, are you using some of this fucking collagen? You think Dave Hodges fucking puts collagen in that coffee of his? I fucking doubt it. I fucking doubt it. Let's get a little tanner on there. James, you know, you're just so narcissistic. What's Alex Jones doing?
Beyond the most beautiful kaleidoscope you could ever imagine.
That fucking song is still playing. That song is still playing in the background, son of a bitch. You know, looks like a reverse wedgie. You know what? You look like a fucking reverse wedgie. Did anyone ever tell you that? Oh, you know what has weed in it? This motherfucker has weed in it. Oh, yeah. Oh, Johnny. Johnny, I forgot about the grinder and all the weed in the grinder. Here, while we just think about some things and have a moment of silence, we're going to pick through this. Oh, shikadanza. Yeah, there's some weed in here. Oh yeah. That's a nice bingy right there. There's all kinds of shikadanzas stuck in here. Look at this. Oh yeah. Ooh, it's deep too. Look at that. Get that going. Oh yeah. Oh, you want some of that? That's a good one. There's still a lot left there. And there. Look at it. Boom. Boom. Let's see if I have the keef under here. I don't never know what to do with the keef. That's nothing really. But there's weed. Hey, are you some hippie smoking like Californian? I sure am. Let's put that right about there. Oh, I didn't know about that. Jonesy, what do you got for me? Is he still playing that song?
I've seen the light.
What the hell, dude? He's been playing this song for 40 minutes. What is he doing? Is that song that long?
I've seen the light.
Dude, it's 10 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, he was playing the song.
Gotta feel sorry for our enemies. They haven't seen the light.
So I was like, let me just like pause it and then wait for that song to whatever he's doing. Is he what? How is that song still playing?
So the light.
Okay, this is like a live fucking thing. An hour later? Wait, let me just get let me see what he's doing. What the hell is he doing? No advertisement, no. The tricky advertisement. Skip. Hold on. And then the commercials. I'm really confused. What the hell was Alex Jones doing for an hour on I saw the line? He was literally at like 9:20. I put it on and he was playing that song. 40 minutes later, he's still playing that song? No way. Here, hold on. Here's the video.
This is it.
He's got courses. Probably stole that from me. Here's Alex Jones. Here he is, Alex. Let's see what Alex is doing. Whoa, there's some weird shit going on in the background here. Come on. Oh my God, if you go like that and you hit it. Skip.
Who I really think is one of the most hardcore, truthful people out there joining us next segment. But I wanted to air this special report.
Wow, there's a lot of shikadanza happening here. Oh my God. He's got some new advertisement trick shit. And then you go to press the audio, and then this shit comes up. Okay, I don't care. Just play it. Oh my God, it won't play for... All right, this is how he does it. Look at... Okay. See? So now he has this new shit. So if you touch anything on the screen, right? This ad... Then, so you have to skip this ad. Then you really quick, you have to press the volume so you can hear it. And then if you don't press the volume, they don't give you the option of pressing the volume, and then you have to redo it. So that's why I just go to the audio. No, hell no, I'm not doing this again.
We're not moving as fast as I'd like.
The subsequent lies and fraud is now covering its ass by the very working group that was heavily involved with Bill Gates planning all this, coming out in a 60-plus page report saying lockdowns are a fraud and have killed more people than the virus, and that the economic destruction of it is going to starve hundreds of millions of people to death, which is true. Reuters has come out and endorsed ivermectin and its incredible antiviral properties.
Okay, take Alex Jones off. Everything about that just really, really put me in a bad mood. I mean, the trick advertisements, you can't get his pictures. He's like the only website where you can't take his pictures and then go into OBS and share them. Like if I go to Alex Jones, okay? If I go to Alex Jones, this fucking punk bitch, go to Alex Jones, punk bitch ass Alex Jones. You punk bitch. No wonder they call you a punk bitch, because you're a punk bitch. Alex. Punk bitch. Okay, go to one of these reports or whatever. Go to one of these reports, because remember he's like, oh, you know, you could take my fucking show and da-da-da, and everybody's like, yeah. He's like, that's a new way of, like, you know, like spreading the truth and blah, blah, blah. Okay. All right, so this is some whatever about COVID-19 unfavorable shareholders brace for unfavorable clinical safety data. Fine. So you take this picture, this stupid dumb picture, right? So you take it like any ordinary picture. First of all, it's doing weird shit. Just take the picture. So now it doesn't even show it getting the picture, which is... See, you can't take the picture, which is just weird. They have some weird protocol where, like, if you're going to save this picture... Okay, just stop. I don't know what it's doing on this fucking website. You also can't be, like, logged in with the VPN, and he said that's because of attacks, and I'm like, alright, whatever. But why can't you take the pictures, bro? Yeah, like if I wanted to, you know, show like a smorgasbord of pictures like I used to on my channel and like da-da-da and like edit them or whatever. Why do I have to go through a third-party app? I have to take a screenshot of the picture and all this. I can't save the picture directly. Now I'm postulating that he's like, oh, they take my picture and then they do something with it, therefore I have to like guard it. Alright, possibly. But still, why do you make it so damn hard? That's weird. Oh, in the future, no one's gonna like, you're gonna, have you noticed like on the, when you go to stock images, like they have their shit over it? Watch, go to stock images. Go to stock images. Stock images. Yeah, go to stock images. And then what's the main one? What's the main one is who's that main bitch? The one that has it all over. This is like think stock. No, it's the guy Getty. It's Getty. And he Gettys all his pictures up. He's like, oh, Getty this, Getty that, Getty this, I own that. So that's why people are like, oh, I can get money on like freestockphoto.com. You know how much money you could really get? Not going through one of those apps, if you sell your fucking picture, you could make fucking a lot of money. Believe me, I've sold my pictures. I know. Yeah, you straight sell your picture. Like, say if, like... Okay, Instagram is a pre to one of these. Alright? So these people lurk on Instagram, okay? And if you do some like dope ass shot of the beach, okay, they'll first try to jack your ass. They'll first try to jack you. If that doesn't work, they'll try to fucking nickel and dime you. But really what they're trying to do is own that picture. And for those rights, if you know your shit, like, you can make a lot of fucking money. I mean, if you don't care about your pictures, I mean, so they do it to like people's like family shots and like stuff like that. So like family shots, you might have your kid in there or something. Oh, we really liked it. Da, 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 da. And then they buy it, and then they like lease it out for advertisements and stuff. So in the future, anybody that's using images, whether it's on YouTube or Instagram or this or that or this, if it's not yours, your entity's like picture, right? They're gonna like have an entity that is like gonna sue you, but in the future, it's just going to take money from you. And then it'll have a tag on it for where the it came from. So like, for instance, there's this person that is on what's that daily? No, it's the Sun. But there's a video one of these, and he's called Viral Hog. And Viral Hog is one of these spiders that's online that sifts through video. And if you got any video that like puts together any edits that he did, so like if like the way that they do it, like it's like per edits and like the how many seconds, this and that. That's why if you speed it up, or it'll screw up their algorithms. But if you have any of their edits or their footage or whatever, it'll ding you, and then that money goes directly from YouTube to Viral Hog. And Viral Hog is super Viral Hog. Well, they're going to have that shit on pictures. They're going to actually have that shit on people on the internet that give you news. And Paul fucking Begley, Cornfields of Alabama, Cornfields of Kansas, he already has one of those. He's already signed up to be one of those people. And this was years ago. Paul Begley already signed up. I'm not sure if he was on the ball over in the fucking cornfields. I'm not sure if he was on the ball, or if he's agent in place. Okay. But you're going to need some sort of credential operation to fucking even come online and give some sort of opinion on the news. You better believe it.
Over in your little dirty asses, aren't you? The head of Reuters.
Wait. Dirty asses.
On the board of Pfizer. Has quarterbacked the censorship.
Hey. Stay away from that. If it's watermarked, then they owe you money. I mean, we're talking about watermarking here. Alphabet agencies using Clearview AI for domestic law enforcement purposes. You will own nothing and love it. DHS issues terrorism bulletin for conspiracy theories and speech against government. Department of Homeland Security. James, do a vlog on how to stop doing drugs. You know how you stop doing drugs? You stop doing drugs. But like there's ways, like, you know, I'll be honest with you. Every like hardcore drug except meth. There is a medication that you can get on that makes it like more easy to like get off. And even if I was a doctor, which I'm not, I mean, people that stop that, because they've given you the whole thing where when you do drugs, like it makes you used to dopamine. That's like a fat ass hit of dopamine. So you're getting like a freaking thick package of dopamine daily, and then you take that away, and it's like the kid that's waiting for his like food, and he's like getting hungrier and hungrier, and he's like, because that dopamine, You know, you're not getting it anymore. And so your brain is looking for it. And if you look microscopically, it has like little receptors that are like like fiending for it. They're like, yeah, where's the dopamine? They're like, they're kind of like fucking, they're getting all squeamish and shit. And on a microscopic level, they're like kicking. They're like, oh, where's the dopamine? And so, like, it translates all the way out to your body, and your body is like, oh, fuck. Like, oh, jeez. But I think some of the shit that's used on opioid, you know, like they have the strips. Personally, I wouldn't do the methadone. Anything that gets you high is a red flag. Anything that gets you high is a red flag. Because I remember my friend back in the day, and he had a whole racket with methadone and Xanax and shit, and that shit got him just as fucked up as the other shit. So I was like, wait, isn't this supposed to stop? You know, blah blah blah. And there's people that come in and they get their orange cup of whatever, call it liquid handcuffs, because you can titrate down, but there's a certain step where you're still gonna need that. But let me give the huge but right here. When you're on hard narcotics, you can't get your life straight. Like, you can't get, you just can't get there. It always seems to be right here. It's like really simple. It's like fucking ba. Like, you read an envelope, like, this is what you have to do. But when you're like on drugs, it like fucking, for some reason all this shit becomes scrambled, and you're like, I just have to do this, and it just doesn't work. So, somehow it's always just elusive and evasive, and so when you get on those medications, which, by the way, the same company that put out OxyContin is the same Jewish family that fucking has the tablets to get off. So on one hand they created the OxyContin, and then on the other hand they created the pill that gets you off the OxyContin. Talk about some money. Cha-ching. They're fucking cleaning up on your like hard pains. You're like having opiate, like your whole life's impacted by like opiate withdrawal and opiate addiction, and they're like, cha-ching! They're buying Neiman Marcus with your fucking pain. Shit. They're buying Neiman Marcus with your pain. I've tried naltrexone to stop drinking. Oh yeah, you're fucked with the drinking. I forgot to say, the drinking, yeah, you're fucked. There's nothing, no, because you get used to that brain groove. And because every groove that you do, every day that you do something is a groove in your brain. So that's why, like, if you want to do something, like, just do it, like, shadow it. Mimic it. And then slowly you'll start doing it, because you train your brain to get into the groove. So, like, if you want to run, just go out to where you want to run and just walk the area. And then it'll be actually easier. For some reason, I don't know why, but it'll be easier to go to that place and then start like running. I don't know why. It's like a groove in your brain, so you start, like, you know, fake it till you make it type thing. Drinking, though, it creates one of those grooves in your brain, and you gotta sack up. That's why, like, AA is really, I mean, I'm just giving you my thoughts. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of, like, AA, like, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong, you shouldn't say that, all drugs, okay, fair enough. You knew it from the get-go I wasn't regular. They'll say if you don't go to meetings, you're fucked. Oh, if you don't go to meetings, you're fucked. That's not true. But the meetings help. Because there is a period of time where you're going through a transition, and it's all that the brain groove I was talking about. So your brain grooves knows one thing. It knows how to like score. It knows how to drink. It knows how to whatever. It knows how to do your little thing. Whether it's pouring something, smoking something, injecting something, fucking eating something. There's a whole bunch of rackets. But whatever it is, like your brain has done that so much, and it's so you have muscle memory of it, and you have the brain groove like thought patterning of it, because what you think about affects your mood. It affects your, even if you think about it and you don't say anything, whatever you think about affects like your surrounding, your mind, your movements, your everything. So if you're sitting there and you're thinking about like doing something, and not doing it, it'll feel more constrictive, So personally, I'm on board with whatever makes your life able to run and manage it, right? Because if you notice, like everyone, and I could say everyone on, say, let's methamphetamines, you'll never have a relationship that isn't filled with fighting, isn't filled with like rage, isn't filled with like jealousy, and then the same thing with alcoholism. Like you try to have a relationship and one or both people are alcoholics. The only way it'll work is if you guys both dedicate yourself hardcore to the drug and just say, we're just never gonna fucking stop. And then you guys will be best of friends. Then you guys will be the best of friends. But don't one of you try to stop, or you fuck the whole thing up. You guys either gotta like dedicate yourself to that drug, or you gotta take the hard route. Because most people don't want to fucking live. Living is like fucking, it's tedious, and there's shit to do, and there's shit you don't want to do. There's shit that like comes to you that you just like over time you're just like, fuck, I don't want to do this, So people will find other things to do, and it's a balance, because you don't want to just sit there and do shit that you don't want to do all day. However, and that's the thing that tripped me out when going to Skid Row. Dude, there's people on Skid Row that fucking have like insurance, a Benz, and a fucking house in Malibu. And possibly like fucking a really cute daughter that goes to like Temecula or something, some random ass shit. Temecula State. Wait, what? And you're out here fucking, that would be a bet, but that would be just to have an undercover camera of this Skid Row shit. I'm sure it's off the chain now. I'm not sure, Coco Giselle. I know you had to take a business call. Let me just back up to where I know that you're at in your head in the chat room. What is that, Twitter? Well, Mel Gibson got caught with flat tire by a fan. Oh, he had a flat tire. Okay. I mean, I guess. You want to go to Mel Gibson's flat tire? Is that what you're telling me? Okay. Is it green? It's green. It's blue. It's the dirty bird. Something went wrong. Terribly wrong. You did give me a Twitter fucking... Just do it again and just do it right this time. See how it says ... Okay, I can't get the full clip. In order to transmute it into a shorter clip, I need the full clip. I need the full address location. So you gave me https Twitter.com/winningmedia/s ... I need the whole thing. No. Fuck that shit. Give me the whole fucking motherfucking address. Give me the whole motherfucking address right now. Access through What's the QR code? The QR code, like my link is all weird. What? Please verify your shit. All right. Verification panel. Oh, jeez. Pick the cola. What the fuck is a cola? Cola? Pick the cola. This is Australian. This is some Australian shit. What is this? Pick the cola. There's not a cola in here. So we got the Super Bowl this Sunday, and then we have Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is a bigger day than the Super Bowl. Come on. I mean, people would be like, oh, you know, Super Bowl is a guy's day and Valentine's Day is girl's day. Super Bowl is not the guy's day. I'm a guy, and I'm not looking forward to that shit one fucking iota. Not one. I don't even know who's in it. Who's in the stupid Super Bowl? Don't get me wrong. I played football and I was super into football. Who's in the dumb Super Bowl? During the dumb... Yeah, the dumb... Who's in the stupid dumb Super Bowl of 2022? Snoop Dogg, Eminem, and Mary J. Blige. Can you make me some coffee? You got it, babe. Shit, I'll make you some strong shit. I'll make you some strong shit. You want some strong shit? I'll make you some strong shit. Hello?
Hey, James.
Hello?
Breaking news.
What?
40 of the 49 satellites launched as a part of the Starlink constellations have been significantly impacted by the geomagnetic storm caused by the solar flare that happened.
Oh, so they got fucked up.
Is crying.
Remember, it might be a lie,
That's
but...
what it says.
So it's messed up? The Starlinks are messed up? Well, Google tells the truth.
Billionaire Elon Musk company SpaceX has said that 80% of their Starlink satellites that had been launched will be lost due to the geomagnetic storm.
They just are gone black. No, the people that are buying them don't want them to know. They don't want people to know that they have them up there, so they use an excuse like, oh, they got lost, so now they're not on the docket.
Took them out. All of them but 9 of them. That is kind of like, you know, Revelations with the stars falling from the heavens. I'm going to that. But they haven't launched enough of them yet.
Yeah, I personally believe that they're not all down.
So anyways, I just wanted to share some news.
So all but 9 of the Starlink satellites have apparently gone dark due to geomagnetic activity.
Yes, 40 of the 49.
40 of the 49. All right. Thank you, Snow.
Bye.
So Elon Musk apparently with the Tatiana. I'm not believing that right off the bat. The 40 satellites went down due to the geomagnetic storm. Nah, they saw that geomagnetic storm. They're not. There's a whole racket of lies that comes with this one. First of all, the geomagnetic storm itself. What a good setup. We are looking at them for all the information. We can't get it like, oh, geomagnetic. We're looking at all their bullshit, all their, CGI and everything. So basically, when they say, oh, there's some sort of something up there, the people that have lied to your face, like blatantly and like repeatedly and laughed and then walked off with their Gucci ass right in your face and then like walk back and then lie to your face and then like walk back. You're going to take their shit and then base reality on it. I mean, who's the stupid one now? Elon Musk. Elon Musk definitely has crawlers that are all over the internet. And he's getting a feel on how people feel about him. Just like Trump did. $40 of the 49. Dude, you're telling me this multi-billion-dollar shit just has gone down? That's a lot of sugar, bro. Caffeine? Is that okay? Let's put some milk in there. Ooh, a salad. Let's put a little bit of that whole milk right in there. Just enough for the sugar. And then what you do is you take that and you pop it in the microwave for 30 seconds while this brews up. Take that, go like that. Hold on, I'm like doing this here. Oh, and then when you hear that shit, you gotta go. You foam it up. And then that hot steam will mix all that sugar and milk and it'll foam up. If you don't rush it, then that steam is going to run out. And then you want to wet in a little cloth sack, if you will. And then you want to get the scusi or whatever it's called. This Italian scusi. What is it called? Dad, what's the Italian word for the thing that shoots out the steam? Not around? Who knows where he's at? I think it's called the scusi, Jimmy. It's the scusi. So you want to clean the scusi up. Dad, put your shit in the clean fucking. It's not worth it. So then you do the milk. It's all foamed out, and then you're gonna put the coffee directly into the foam, like that. That's a triple. Get all the granulates and everything in there, and that shit'll fucking hit you right. Baby. Hey. All right, so it's Jazzy Jeff. This prints up. Put a little bit of the fattening salad dressing, because there's no way you could eat a salad without salad dressing. I like to eat salad without salad dressing. You're fucking weird. Get out of my house. How would you do that? But a little salad dressing? Huh. And then you could eat it with salad dressing, but then you throw a little chicken and cheese on there. Throw a little chicken and cheese up on there. And then top it off with some of these fucking tortilla chips. Like that. Don't eat it right away because it gets cold. My teeth are like, oh, this is cold. So you want to make your salad and then like let it sit for like a half an hour. And then you take all this shit and you get it on every leaf. Not your phone. Every leaf. These things are expensive. And every person's like, why don't you make it at home? Are you going to make individual, like, are you going to cook chicken and, like, cut it for me and, like, do all this? Because if you are, props to you. And I would give you the most props ever. But no one's doing that shit. No one's cooking up chicken for the week. Oh, this is for my salads. And if they are, they're ahead of the game. And always when you buy these salads, look. Because they're going to have 3 dates. And one of the dates is like super... They're the dates that they have to stop selling by. Always go with the one that's farthest in the future. Because they're going to mix in salad that's almost wilted. I mean, it doesn't wilt these days because of the Bill Gates GMO shit. But technically it's like 2 weeks old. And also, don't buy fruit that is in the stores, like Vaughn's and stuff, because it's cardboard fruit made by Bill Gates. It looks delicious, but when you eat it, it just tastes like fucking cardboard. And that's the facts. I'm not giving you anything not real right now. It looks delicious, and then they're going to give you the ones that... You buy 3 of them and you get them like, oh, for $12, you know? Oh, buy 3 of these, get them for, you know, $4 a piece. And they're really like $6 or $7. See, people say our poles are shifting. You don't know shit about shit. They could say our poles are shifting, or you could just repeat that a million times and convince yourself. I mean, how the fuck do you know the poles are shifting? And is it the magnetic pole or is it the actual poles? Cold. It's cold. Steve's been lurking the whole time. He's like, have a nice day. I know the inside of your soul, Steve. I could see it from here. So don't try to fucking juke me. I see your soul. Exactly, a lot of bread doesn't have mold on it. Yeah, it's not going to. Because the shareholders, every single shareholder meeting is about earnings. So since 1989, every quarterly shareholder meeting for a year. So since like 1989, every 12, 20, 30 some odd, 40, 100 and some odd meetings later, all they have done is want more and more and more earnings. That's all. So nothing's going to stay the same. They're always going to be like, you know what? We could place robots in this position, and then that's going to free up Tatiana. And so everyone's going to go to a robot model with like there is human, but to have that, like they're going to make the jobs all robotic, which they can. There's a lot of jobs which require human operations, but there's a lot of jobs, and it's kind of good because those jobs I suck at. Like jobs where I used to work at this mail place, and fucking hours upon hours. This is when I was getting sober. You had to stuff fucking mail envelopes. Just fucking this sheet, this sheet, this sheet. You had to do the mailers that went out to the SAG, you know, the movies. That was like the highlight of my day. Like, so you do that shit. You have to box it all up. You have to put some bullshit in with it and blah, 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 blah. But you're basically just doing something which you know is the robot's going to do like in a couple years. Like this, and it makes your brain stupider, I think. I think it does. I mean, repetitive motion is good. Like if it's tending to your like farm or house or whatever. But if you're spending 8 hours a day stuffing envelopes, and just have them stuff the envelopes for me. Workers. But I'd fucking get a robot to do that shit. That way they could be stuffing 24 hours a day. The customers are happier. Blah, blah, blah. And the 7 people that I employ, I would shrink it down to like 2. And then they would, you know, because I might have a robotic warehouse, but I might not have robotic trucks. So you might have the shippers still on the human element, but you might have the warehouse completely roboticized to where the mail comes in, robots, and the shit that needs to go out, your fleets, they're all human still. But it could get to a point, if that company does good, and the shareholder meetings and da-da-da-da, down the way, the shareholders are going to say, we want more return. So companies will do things like, you know, they take hits for all the food that they have to throw out at the store. That's like a hit that they take no matter what. They shove it out to Vons. It's 22,000 Vons in the United States or whatever. Out of those stores, there's a certain amount that goes bad. That's why they genetically modified it so it would stay on the shelf longer. So it possibly could be bought and they could make a return for it. That's why they're genetically engineering everything. Ultimately, they don't care about you. Engineer it to taste better or taste the same or something.